Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped, back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we're talking about the new raid SOBA-MASK or Clash SOBA-MASK 60 stamina event. Now this event is interesting to say the least. I wouldn't say it's the hardest content in the world, but I would still say it's fairly hard in the sense of that it is just generally hard content. But if you got Kid, if you got Hawkins, if you got Kaido, this is GG. Like, it's proper GG. Like, there's some really, really good units to take this particular clash down. So we're going to have a look at them. We're going to have a look at the 5 teams that I use. So I have a free-to-play team for you guys and then 4 other teams. But let's have a look at the character first. He's a free spirit powerhouse, great classes. He has critical damage of 40% for 8%, which isn't bad for a free-to-play, I guess. He's special. Reduces HP by 10% of one enemy. Changes his slot and adjacent slots to T and D, boosts the chain multiplier by 0.5, and if 3 or more Dex characters are on the crew and lands 3 perfect strikes, boost the chain by 1.1 for the next turn. That's actually really, really good. Really, really good. Very reminiscent of the limited rare recruit, what's his name? Limited rare recruit, Caesar Clown. So 1.1 is, I think, the highest chain boost in the game. Yeah, I think it is, yeah. And so the fact you can chuck that onto a Kid team, as well as getting bomb orbs with Kid as leader, really, really strong. So as a captain, he boosts Dex by 3 times and makes T&D matching. Obviously, the whole concept of Sobamask is T&D orbs. If you remember, the Sugo is all about that as well. So as a crewmate, he boosts Dex by 50 and he makes T&D slots matching for Dex units, but most of the time you're going to be running this guy on a Kid team. So but in saying that, he's a powerhouse, so I mean, he does work on a Kaido team as well. So let's have a look at the teams that I have for you guys today. Now, the first team I have is a free to... Where is it? Where are you? It's a free-to-play team. So this team is led by the new treasure map Laffy. We do have the Soba Cook. We do have the Clash Judge. We have the new Toko. And we have Halloween Sabo. So this team actually does it fairly well. Obviously, you do need to bring a friend Kid, but it can clear it fairly well. So, pretty good free-to-play team. And, yeah. The next team I have for you guys is the Kid team. So, I am bringing a full free-to-play Kid-led team. Unfortunately, though, I do have the support of limited rare recruits, Tashigi. She is very, very good for this particular content, as this Shanks only removes 2 turns of attack down. So very, very important that you bring that Tashigi if you don't have another attack down remover. I mean, you can replace Lucci with one if you really want to, as Kid just does so much damage at the end. But if you have units like Alvida is very, very good for this content. If you have units like what's the other one? Where are you? I used you on another team. If you have units like Perispero, and if you have Page 1 or X Drake, they work very, very well for this content as well. But unfortunately, at the time, I didn't have Page 1 and X Drake. I do have Page 1 now, but check out the Treasure Map Sugo pulls for that coming. But those units are very, very good for the Kid team as well. But I wanted to try and chuck together a free-to-play team, and this is what I could come up with. Unfortunately, I did have to resort to a limited rare recruit. But if you have... I'm pretty sure it's X Drake removes attack down. No, Page 1.
Page 1?
Page 1. Yeah, I think it's Page 1. Next team I have is a Kaido team, double Kaido team. So something to note on this team is we are using the Halloween Robin to remove the attack down, and we have Log Luffy as a support. Now, the Robin will give us a full board of non-matching orbs. So Log Luffy is going to make them matching for us, as the non-matching orbs for this team is all strength. So Log Luffy is going to make them matching, which is great. We have Arlong crew here to roll our specials back, as well as give us an attack boost. We have Alvida for stage 4 to remove the bind and the defense or rainbow shield. And then we have Neptune to carry the orb boost across from stage 4 to stage 5. With Neptune, you can bring this not Nami, Shirahoshi as a support. She removes attack down as well, which is great. So you can use that, and then you can bring someone like the free-to-play Shanks from the other team to remove the other 2 turns as well. That's also an option for you guys as well. You can bring that Neptune across onto this team and do that. That actually would have been... Oh, it's still not free-to-play, is it? Because she's not a free-to-play unit, so... that's the Kaido team that I was rocking. Obviously, you can chop and change units as well, depending on what you have. Because majority of the units on both these teams do work well on both of the actual leaders. But I wanted to try and keep within like the powerhouse and striker meta of Kaido. The next team I have for you guys is a V3 Katakuri team. Now, this team was a lot of fun, actually. Pretty big brain, but it did it fairly well. Cotton Candy is essential on this team. And we do have 2 supports. We do have the Shirahoshi support that we just mentioned. We have the Usopp support to give us recovery orbs on stage 4 as they are matching with Luffy as a sub. And double special activation on Ain is required for this team. Now, as I mentioned in the video, not the most recommended team, but can do it and can do it quite well. And it was pretty fun too, actually. It was a pretty fun team. So the final team I have for you guys is my boy Shanks crew. You know, if you guys follow me, you know, I have to do it with Shanks crew if I can. If there's a way I can do it with Shanks crew, I will find a way. So this team is a Shanks crew Laffy hybrid team. Unfortunately, we had to bring Laffy, but it did it. I wouldn't say very, very well, but the fact that we can use V2 Doffy special to basically just wipe the stage, unfortunately, it was just not enough damage. But just with normal attacks after that it's just really, really cool. I just love bringing V2 Doffy and V2 Doffy in the end. So no supports on this team to note, just pure power, to be honest. And yeah, so those are my 5 teams there. With the free-to-play team, we've got the Kid team, Kaido team, Katakuri team, and the Shanks Laffy team. So in saying that, guys, let's hop in and let's check out how the teams perform. Alright guys, so the first team is a free-to-play team. We are rocking a friend Kid. Kid obviously is just made for this piece of content. It's ridiculous how well he does it. So, free-to-play team, we have the Treasure Map Luffy as our leader. We have Clash Judge for color affinity. We have the Toko unit. She's just incredible for this piece of content as well. We have the Clash Soba Cook and the Coliseum Soba Cook, and we have the Halloween Sabo unit. So, as I mentioned, Toko is actually just ridiculously good for this piece of content. She basically just wipes all of the negative effects that you get on stage 4. And the rest of this team kind of sort of works very, very well with itself. You definitely need to be bringing a friend Kid if you are using the free-to-play team. But if you have any other good, like, green leader or Dex leader, that'll obviously be the best option as well. But this Luffy is pretty handy for this piece of content, as he does remove attack down, which is pretty essential. So for all these videos, I do have the full runs, as this Clash is a little bit different to most in the sense of it doesn't just have 4 turns of nothing and then you fight a boss. You actually have to fight a whole bunch of enemies along the way. So
you have to bring that Luffy
on on stage 2, you verse Usopp. Now Usopp has 2 lackeys that have a dex barrier. If you have the Kid chip, you can reduce that by 1 turn, but I would recommend farming dex orbs on stage 1 against the turtles, and then just using your normal attacks to take out Usopp. Make sure you are bringing a Luffy unit if you are using Kid, because you do need some way of proccing the super typing. So on the Frankie stage, we're actually going to use the super typing of Kid to wipe out the units in the back, and then we can just use our super type normal taps to take out Frankie. On stage 4, we come up against Law. Now, Law is going to give us 7 turns of bind, and is going to give himself a 5-turn Rainbow Shield. This is where Toko comes into play. She just removes that completely. So he also gives us unmatching orbs as well, but with I'm pretty sure it's Sobacook. He makes red orbs matching for our entire crew, or for Dex and int units. So that's really, really handy because mainly this team is just all Dex. Toko also gives matching orbs to the adjacent units, so the 2 units that don't have matching orbs are our int units, so that's nice too. We are using Sabo to give an orb boost to carry over into the 3rd turn, and we use Judge on that stage to make sure we can kill Law. And then as we move into the final stage against Sobamask, we are going to use the Sobacook special. The Sobacook is, or Sanji the Sobacook, he is going to roll our specials forward as Sanji rolls them back. And makes unmatching orbs matching, gives color affinity, and then with the special of Kid and the special of Luffy, we can remove the attack down, get a 2.5 times attack, and with that, we just have the damage, and we can kill our boy Sobamask. So that's a free-to-play team. Something else to note on this this clash is you get 99 turns of chain lock. You get a 1.1 times chain lock, which is really, really annoying because it nerfs like Shanks' crew. It nerfs any chain boosting captain as well. So the next team we have is a double Kid team. Now this team does it the best. It does it ridiculously well. So the idea of these videos is to show you other ways of getting around all the content. So there are optimal units to bring, and we'll have a chat about them in a second, but this team basically consists of double Kid. We have the free-to-play Shanks unit. We have Clash Zoro, the Rumble Lucci, and we have the Treasure Map Luffy again. So full free-to-play sub-team, but we are not using free-to-play support. So we'll have a chat about those supports in the... we had a chat about them in the start of the video. But basically, limited rare recruit Tashigi on Zoro here is pretty much essential. Otherwise, you can use another unit instead of Zoro. Like you can bring Toko, and then use someone else to roll the specials forward, like Perispero, and then replace. And then use the Luffy to remove the attack down, bring another orb booster, a 3-turn orb booster like we did in the free-to-play team. That will work too. So against Usopp, we are just going to kill him, like just using normal attacks, take our time. Usopp does a 90% HP cut as well when you kill him, something to note. So we are rocking pretty low HP, and you'll see a team coming up, well, the Katakuri team, as you saw in the start of the video. I keep forgetting that I showed the teams after. He can take advantage of that. So against Frankie, we are just going to use our Kid super typing again, and we can just normal attack our way through Frankie's HP. Onto Law now. Law, as you guys know, gives 7 turns of bind and gives the Rainbow Shield. We are going to use Luffy here to remove the bind and give us a full board of orbs. Then we can use Zoro to remove the Rainbow Shield, give us a color affinity for our slashes and our driven units, which Kid actually is. Then we can use the Kid special to give us an attack boost and just destroy Law. See you, mate. See you, mate. Onto the final stage against Sobamask. Getting all my characters jumbled tonight. This is where the effect of Tashigi comes into play. She removes the attack down by 2 turns, and then we can use the Shanks to remove the other 2 turns, as well as roll our specials forward. With Lucci, we get color affinity, then we can use Kid for the attack boost. You can use Kid's super type again for just a bit more damage, and that's just GG to Sobamask. See you later, mate. So Kid does it very, very well, does it very, very fast and very, very safe. The next team is the big dog, Kaido. Now, there is no normal attack only debuff. There is no barriers at the end. There is no stopping Kaido. So if you've got Kaido, don't worry if you don't have Kid. If you've got Kaido, this is a very, very easy team to build. The Arlong Crew is probably the only unit on this that is semi-rare, I guess, and he is replaceable with just anyone that rolls specials forward. Perispero will work. That Shanks you guys just saw in the last video will work well. The Soba Cook will work well too. You just basically need to roll your specials forward somehow. But the Arlong Crew being a powerhouse unit works great on this Kaido team, as he gives an attack boost as well. So on this team as well, we have Colosseum Neptune for the 3 turns of Orb Boost to carry into the Sobamask stage. We're using Alvita on stage 4 to remove the Bind and the Rainbow Shield. And then we have the Halloween... what's her name? The Halloween Robin. Now, Halloween Robin removes attack down, but she gives us a full board of negative orbs. Now, as we are rocking pretty much all Dex units, that's going to give us basically a full board of strength orbs. Now, the support I have on Robin is actually Log Luffy. Now, Log Luffy is going to make strength orbs matching, which gives us a full board of orbs. And then just with Kaido's HP cuts, Kaido's end of turn damage, our orb boost, our attack boost, we can destroy Sobamask. Kaido's end of turn damage here just blitzes this content. The whole content is quick, which means Kaido just runs amok. He just shreds through it. You can pretty much just single tap your way through. I just was being a bit skeptical, I guess. Kaido doing 2 million end of turn. That's just, what, 6 mil of damage every single turn? It's crazy. Alright, so on to Sobamask now. We are going to use our HP cuts. I actually forgot to use Neptune's special in this run as well. So, something to note, use Neptune's special on stage 4. So that way you have the orb boost, as Sobamask stops you from using orb boosts on the final stage. So as you guys can see there, we get a full board of non-matching orbs with the Robin special, but with Log Luffy support, they're all matching, and then you'd have the orb boost with Neptune as well as the attack buff. But as you guys can see there, Sanji's already at half HP. Like, you don't need to do too much damage to him to take him out. And there you guys go. That's the Kaido team. Kaido is the king. Absolute king. So the next team is actually really cool. So it's actually a V3 Katakuri team, and now that I'm actually looking at the editing, I forgot to cut this out, so I do apologize that this is in here. I was wondering why that video is a little bit longer than most of the others. All right, we good? Stumped? We good? Come on, find your friend. There we go. Here we go. So, some notable supports. We have the Usopp on our Snake Man. Pretty essential there, and I would say that having Cotton Candy on pretty much all of these units is required. Just to have that just enough damage to take out Sobamask at the end. So, not the most optimal team in the world, but as soon as I saw that the content cut your HP by 90%, the Frankie and the Usopp, I was like, I gotta make a Katakuri team. Like, gotta make a Katakuri team, right? So, on this team, we have double Katakuri. We've got Snake Man for the Orb Boost. We've got Pudding to take that Orb Boost and use in the final stage, as using Pudding doesn't trigger any interrupts, because she's not technically an Orb Booster. She's a replication of a buff you already used. So, in the coding of the game, it doesn't know that it's going to be an orb boost. So a little bit of a trick to get around the interrupts that the enemies do. We have Ain on this team to get rid of the bind and the rainbow shield on the 4th stage against Law. And then we have Neptune, so we can use the support of Valentine's Shirahoshi. The support of Valentine's Shirahoshi is going to remove the attack down for 2 turns. It's another notable support that we have on this team. And the 20th anniversary Usopp is going to give us a full board of recovery orbs when we get to Law as well. So going to take out Usopp here just with normal attacks and just doing our regular stalling thing. Something else to note with this team is we are using the Magello ship. Not overly required, but definitely helps you out a lot as you can lock the recovery orbs that the Usopp support gives us on stage 4. Alright, so against Frankie now, we are going to use our Snake Man special. Then we can use Pudding to lock that special in and just destroy Frankie. That 2.5 Orbis is huge. So good. Alright, on to Law now. He gives us that 7 turns of Bind and the 5-turn Rainbow Shield. We're going to use Ain. Now, Ain needs double special. There's the Usopp support. Ain needs double special for this team to work. Otherwise, you can't remove all of the debuffs. You can only remove 2 turns of it. But as you guys can see there, we have a full board of recovery orbs. And we're going to lock them in with Magello. We get an orb boost with our Neptune. And then we can use the super typing and the special of Katakuri to take out Law. So on to Sobamask now. So this is where things get a little bit finicky as we cannot kill him on turn 1. We do need to stall out the 2 turns of attack down, but with the amount of damage reduction that Katakuri has, it's really actually not that bad. So we are going to just stall out a turn here, attack with Snake Man as he has no buff on this team as he's not an int unit. And yeah, that damage reduction is huge for Katakuri. On stage 2, we're going to use Katakuri Super Type. That way we can delay SOBA-MASK and not take an extra shot. Because the delay marker is still there, the conditioner will still work. So we're going to use our Pudding special now. That'll give us the orb boost. Then we can use Katakuri's special, and then we can use his super typing. Oh, sorry, we already used his super typing. So his special is going to give us a 2 times attack and a 2 times conditional. And with that, attacking in the right order is not really a big concern. Just make sure you start with Snake Man, as that 1.1 times chain lock is not going to change anything. So, and as you guys can see, we just have the damage to take out Sobamask. So there you guys go. That was the V3 Katakuri team. Not the most optimal team, not the team that I would be using to farm it, but was still pretty cool. Finally, we have my boy, Shanks crew. This team was a lot of fun. I would definitely not recommend it, but it was a lot of fun. So we've got a Shanks and Laffy hybrid team here, utilizing the power of V2 Doffy. Now, using Laffy as your captain is much better because you can use a support to make extra damage. But with the anniversary ship, this team can clear it fairly fast. Still, if you've got Kid or you got Kaido, I would definitely recommend using them over this team. But if you want to try something a bit funky and have a little bit of fun, or in the same sense pull your hair out, this team does it, and can actually do it fairly well. So on this team, we've got Shanks crew and Laffy as leader. We have Perispero for color affinity and rolling specials forward. Halloween Ace to remove the bind and to give us a crazy attack boost. And then we've got Praline to remove the Rainbow Shield on the Law stage. Against Frankie, we are going to use our Shanks crew special. Then we can use basically just attack and use the end of turn damage of Shanks to kill Frankie if we don't have enough damage to take him out with our normal attacks. In this particular run, I did get lucky with orbs, so I was able to take out Frankie. Alright, so against Law now, we're basically going to drop all of our specials besides Doffy, and we have to attack in a particular order to make sure that we don't do too much damage, but do enough damage to just finish it with Laffy. So I did use Laffy special first, and then I used Perispero's special, so we wouldn't have, like, the HP cut wouldn't be as big. But basically, the way you want to do this is you do want to attack with everyone, and then finish with Laffy. That way, as you saw, it's just with a B stick, and it's just enough for Doffy to do a massive amount of damage. But unfortunately, it is just not enough. But, as you guys will see, we just have enough damage to take out Sobamask with normal attacks. So there you guys go. There were my 5 teams taking on the new Sobamask Clash. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, hit the like button if you want to stay up to date with more OPTC content that I post. Hit that big red subscribe button too. But guys, most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. I thank you all for watching. Oh, 12 meals, so close. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lights!